Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. All right, it's Monday, so it's Poetry Day. It's called I Got Kin. This is a loose translation from Persian of a piece. Plant so that your own heart will grow. Love so God will think, I got kin in that body. I should start inviting that soul over for coffee and rolls. Sing, because this is a food our starving world needs. And laugh, because that's the purest sound. Sing and laugh. I characterized my life by that. I hope you had too. All right, so for my journal writing friends, in what extraordinary ways have you received guidance? Yeah, we've all had guidance of different types, some good, some bad, but there's also been some extraordinary stuff. Can you recognize what it was, who it was, the circumstance? Let me know where you've received extraordinary guidance. I'll be glad to share what's happened for me as well. All right. Now, first thing to remember, I love this, my teacher says, failures lead to determination, not to giving up. Right exertion is exhilaration. Wrong exertion is strain. So you have to learn what it is to persevere and even learn to find comfort in the discomfort, and then you'll get tenacity. My teacher would say, better to do a minimum pose well than a maximum pose badly. All right, now the I Ching reminds us that to be balanced, we have to accept the yin tide. The primal power is yin. It's the receptive. Its attribute is devotion. Its image is the earth. It doesn't combat anything, but it complements and completes the creative relationship. All duality disappears in the coexistence of its spiritual world with the world of the senses. So be receptive. You could call it the feminine element if you want to, but males can be receptive as well. That's what yin is. Now, one of the strange things that we have to learn how to disengage ourselves from or course correct is that when we desire love relationships, we actually solicit the life, death, life mother. Things burst on to the scene. They give birth to themselves. They grow, they gestate, but then they go to seed. Entropy, and they fall down. But then the life cycle comes back again. You don't realize that. If you think it's supposed to stay at the zenith of excited feeling to be with each other, sexual connection, just being together, talking and listening, instead of realizing it's going to go up and down, that there are cycles of this. So hang in there. When the cycle shifts, or when it gets dead in the water for a time, or boring or whatever, it's all part of the life cycle. No reason to bail at that point. But what happens often is we drift. We put up through their resistance. We have to penetrate through people's resistance. Sometimes our spouse and ourself, of course, we look haggard. We look drawn. We cannot be ravished anymore by the other person's clarity. We look at them and say, they never seem happy. We get repulsed by their darkness. And we leave them, barren at the core, more disgusted than turned on by them. It's as if we've rubbed off on each other like two depolarized magnets. We can't attract anymore. And as the negativity and the frustration builds, they become even less attractive. And then the worst is we may withdraw our gifts, depriving them of even normal human affection. Catch yourself if you find you're sliding into that. Don't do it. Now, one of the things that's always helped me is what I call time out for philosophical homework. Contemplate the immense distance that you've covered in your life so far. The mysterious unknown that looms before us. And we naturally have to ask ourselves, what does it all mean? What has it all meant? Where do I come from? And what's my next destination? Most people have forgotten what these original questions were. That's why I call it philosophical homework. Brood on it, study it, talk about it. Don't be afraid to bring it up to your friends. More importantly, don't be afraid to bring it up for yourself. So remember, faulty conditions result from faulty thoughts. It's useless to try to improve outer conditions while your own mentality stays unchanged. So listen to your emotions. They're an unerring guide. Thinking is secondary. Emotion is primary. If you feel it in your gut, you can be pretty sure that's what it is. So pay attention to your own emotions. Be clear about them. They'll give you a consistent and accurate reading of your response to any situation. And I hope that you learn to cultivate the more positive, loving, peaceful, calm, clear, compassionate emotions. Have a great day.